Welcome everybody to yet another Coffee Time with Hako, the show where I have my morning coffee and then I yap off into the void. Well met peeps, today I have a very exciting subject. We're going to be talking about my favorite and boxes in the game. I positioned myself in a very smart spot because we have both number 9 and 10 here. So these paper boxes I will put at number 10. If you've ever done a move, you know that these are very convenient boxes to have. They're not very sturdy, so like good if you're moving house, less good if you're moving really high-grade equipment. Instead, that's where we need number 9. I feel like these boxes, they come in at number 9. Number 8, we have around the corner, and this is a very exciting box. Now look at this box. This looks like it might contain some radioactive stuff. This is number 8. Once we're done with the boxes, we're also gonna sort out my favorite cables in the game. These cables, not a super huge fan of. This blue cable, though, might be one of my favorite cables in the game. I might put it at number 6 because it's very pretty. After that, we're going to be talking about my favorite road markings. Now, every game or every area in the game have different road markings, and this is a pain to paint when it looks like this, but I do find it quite pretty. A little fun fact about Hako. My dad has always owned a business like doing road painting, and ever since I was 4 years old, I was helping me out with this. So this is what I spent a lot of nights, weekends, summer breaks, etc. helping him out with this. Alright, what is the video actually about? I might end up calling this Coffee Time video Transparency. I kind of want to let you know where my head is at when I'm covering other games and like what my plan is going forward. 99% of all of you watching will know me from my Zenless videos. I did not start out as a Zenless creator on YouTube. I started out as a live streamer around 3 years ago over on Twitch. My first game was Dead by Daylight. Fancy meeting you here, eh? Girl. And now we kind of pivoted to where we are today. My YouTube back in those days were mostly used to just post like weekly highlights from the streams, like funny moments, etc. Now it's mostly used for Zenless content. When Zenless released, I checked out very little about it beforehand. I've seen a few trailers and I knew like that the art style was really good. I started playing the game and I was blown away by the animations, by how good the combat felt, etc. And I started covering it more. A few months into the game's release, in September, I lost my dog, Pilot, 15-year-old Siberian Husky, almost 15, that I had since he was 8 weeks old. I loved him very much and we had done, we spent a lifetime together, and I was a little bit of a broken, fucking depressed mess after that. So I went from being able to stream lengthy streams basically every day to not really being in a mental state where being a live entertainer really worked. But I still wanted to create stuff, so which led to me focusing more on the YouTube side of things. And that's really where my growth on YouTube kicked off, and we ended up where we are today. Now, I started covering Zenless Zero because I genuinely enjoyed it and I loved playing it, and I had a passion for it and I wanted to create stuff correlating to it. You might now be afraid that my next sentence is gonna be, that flame is gone and I no longer find it enjoyable. Don't worry, I find it just as enjoyable today as I did back then. I hecking love this game so goddamn much, and I'm not gonna stop covering it anytime soon. So don't worry, that is not the point of this video, and I promise all of the threads, they are gonna come together. So I started because I love the game, I had a passion for it, and I really enjoyed covering it. That still stays the same, and that is like also the reason why I'm still covering it. Some people might think that I'm doing it because I'm obliged to do it or for financial reasons. Now I am part of the official Zenless creators for the game. That does not translate into any sort of money. We get in-game resources, we get in-game polychromes, depending on like how well our videos are doing. But sadly, my bank does not take polychromes as a payment for my mortgage. Now I am also part of the select few that has access to the creator server, which I'm very grateful for. It allows me to bring you hands-on first-hand experience, which I find to be extremely helpful because anytime there's anything new coming, there's also like a wave of uncertainty and, let's call it, misinformation going around. Now, there is a monetary incentive to keep covering Zenless in the way that if I put out any other video of like any other game, that video will not do as well and I usually lose a few followers. Some people, they only want to watch Zenless, and that is super fine. I told you this video was going to be all about transparency, so let's do just that. On an average month on YouTube, I earn around $150. On a low month, closer to 100. On a good month, closer to 200. I very rarely climb over that threshold. I did once, and we're gonna talk about that. Now, I live in Sweden. I know that living and just existing and being alive has gotten exponentially more expensive all around the world. But to like live on minimum wage and like just stay alive in Sweden, at the very, very bare minimum, $1,500. If you want to live a little bit more comfortable, more akin to $2,000. So from the YouTube side of things, I'm earning around 8% of what I actually need to survive. Now, this is not me complaining that I'm not earning enough. I'm super happy to be where I am. I obviously want to go even further. And I view this as a dream, as a hobby, and I pour all of my free time into it. And, you know, I'm hoping to, quote unquote, make it. But as you can probably guess by that amount, I need to like do a lot of other like, you know, shitty side gig jobs to just make ends meet. Because no matter what I do at my current level, YouTube is not carrying the entire load alone. So my point with this tangent is that I'm not sticking with Zenless because it pays the bills, because it, you know, might pay my internet bill, but that's about it. I'm sticking with Zenless because I genuinely love the game, I love making content for it, and I love making content for people that makes them enjoy the game even more. I want to make helpful content that enhances other people's gameplay experience. And even though, for me, stepping outside of the Zenless like area and covering other games, even though there's no incentives to do it, like I said, I lose followers, those videos always do worse than the Zenless one, I still want to do it because I think it is healthy for my Zenless content. Only doing one game, only talking about one game, only having the perspective of one game, I don't think is healthy, like either how the content gets structured or just your own mindset, and instead I think that's a recipe to burn out. So in order for the Zenless content to be better, so I don't have to focus on, you know, the 10 best boxes, the 10 best cables, I'm gonna do an even better job of including other gacha games or like other games in general that I cover on the channel. And the ones that comes to mind that I'm really interested in at the moment is Chaos Zero Nightmare, Do It Night Abyss, and Silver Palace, and also potentially Ananta. I would also like to do more stuff for Wuthering Waves. And for full transparency, my plan is not to decrease the amount of Zenless videos, it's just to add in the other videos to the fold as well. So the point of this video is to add some transparency at like where my head is at. Like I said, I've done some excursions and like covered other games before, but like we haven't really had a talk of like, you know, why do I cover other games, etc. Now, I started as a proper gacha creator with Zenless Zone Zero, but I was a consumer of it since, you know, the first week of Genshin. And I've seen a phenomena that I'm sure that you've seen as well. A lot of creators, they start out amazing, and then somewhere along the way they kind of go a little bit sour. And a sort of thing that I've been very aware of since I started making content like this is a common trend that I've seen in others that have kind of, you know, soured a little bit, is that they try to make too much content where there isn't enough content to support it. So gacha games, live service games, they very much work on the premises of patches. A new patch comes out, and that patch might bring with it, say, 10 like content that you can make 10 actual like good, worthwhile, meaningful videos on. If you make all of your living primarily doing this, 10 videos might not cut it. So then you make 10 videos, and then you have to start scratching your head and thinking, you know, what can I make other videos on? And if I take my house, for example, I could make 10 videos, you know, showcasing different things in the house. If I were tasked to making 30 or 40 videos, down the line, some of the videos are gonna end up what a bitch my neighbor is. My neighbors are awesome, but you see where I'm going. You're almost gonna have to like make up stuff to have something to talk about. minor issues are gonna get severely overblown, you can make a video about it, and also that's where drama farming comes in. I've seen it, I'm sure you've seen it, a lot of people that started out making really good video game videos these days, nowadays they mostly make videos just fighting with other creators. Now you might ask yourself, why would you do that? Now that sounds like a horrible way to live to me, but sadly it is easy money. The drama farming part of everything is like the evil, easy accessible dark side that whispers to you. Now I value my peace of mind a lot, so I wouldn't get into that, but there is a big monetary incentive, it's a lot easier and it makes you a lot more money, usually. So an average month on YouTube, I earn around 150 bucks. My best month ever was version 2.0. Can you guess why? If you've been around me since then, can you guess why? A little part of it is obviously that we had a lot of new stuff in the game. You know, we had Yichuan, a very hyped character. We had an entirely new class, some new mechanics, etc. But let's be real, the big reason I made 3 times as much money during version 2.0 is because a creator from another game, a very infamous, like known bad actor creator, started butting heads with me. And that drama shit show, even though it was a one-sided, because I decided that the best insult to the clown honking outside your window is just to ignore them, even though it was one-sided, it massively drove up my traffic. And had I wanted to, you know, I could have kept that going for a lot longer just for monetary gain, but for me, my own peace of mind is a lot more valuable than that, so like, no thank you. That creator, obviously not gonna name them by name, but they've kinda, in my view, given up on making meaningful content and just taken the easy route of being loud, obnoxious, and, you know, a fucking clown just going around creating drama just for the easy money of it. This is my dream. I want to be able to like do this full time, and I want to do it in a sustainable way that is enjoyable to me and that is enjoyable to, of course, all of you watching. And instead of making 20 Zenless videos where there was actually only 10 to be made that are meaningful, I think it's better to also incorporate other projects and other things to get a little bit of fresh air and see it from a lot of different perspectives as well. And honestly, that would probably be one of my biggest tips, like to enjoy Zenless more. It's don't play this 10 hours a day, 6 hours a day, every day. Instead, also play other games, because I think it will make you appreciate all of the things that Zenless does so freaking well. And for me personally, it also makes, you know, the small grievances that it might have seem that much lesser when you see how much bigger grievances are, you know, on the other side of the field. It might not be a perfect game for everybody, but in my opinion, it is miles ahead of any form of competition. So at the end of the video, it's not a video saying, you know, expect 50% less Zenless videos and expect, you know, a lot of other games you might not care about. It's expect more games alongside with Zenless that is gonna still be the main focus. And also, like I said, the games that I have my eye on that I would like to create some videos on is Chaos Zero Nightmare, Do It Night Abyss, Silver Palace whenever that comes out, and also Ananta. Oh, it just also hit me among all the games I counted up, I should also count in Reverse 1999. I keep up with Reverse, it's one of my daily gachas. I love the game so much and I don't give it enough attention and like enough content as it deserves. I'm super blessed with such an awesome community, and I know I have a bunch of people that will like and comment like no matter what video I do, and honestly, like you're one in 1,000, and literally. Thank you so much for that support. And to the viewers that only wants to watch a Zenless video and, you know, won't watch anything else I put out, I'm eternally grateful for you too. Like, have such a big hug. I cannot thank you enough. Like, anybody that's ever watched one of my videos, thank you so much for that support. So peeps, if you're still watching, thank you so much for staying with the video for this long. This was a lengthy one, it was a little bit of a messy one, but I wanted to give you all full transparency, and I feel like there was a lot that needed to be said. Peeps, as always, thank you so fucking much for supporting and watching and doing this journey with me. It's honestly such a goddamn bop. Have a big hug, and until next time, Hako out.
Oh, I wish that you could just take it easy. Lay back, fast the way I roll. So get off my tail, or else you will get to say hello to my jolly sharks. Got a bite, don't you know? Don't you know? You should know that I'll fight 'em all. These sharks got a bite, don't you know? Hurry up and get it done, but don't run my patience to the ground. If you need me here, these sharks got a bite, don't you know? Ooh, yeah, you better keep it fun. When I try, I'm second to none. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You will get to say hello to my dog. These sharks